Good morning for breakfast. I'd like to call this meeting of your Saturday council to order. 3 hours and 15 minutes. Please call the roll.
Mr. Cost.
Here.
Mrs. Floyd. Here. Mr. Frazier.
Here.
Ms. Hall. Here. Mr. Johnson. Mr. Marmee. Mr. Rath.
Here.
Mr. Roletta.
Here.
Mr. Blake. And Mr. Butler.
Perfect. Please rise for the invocation by Mrs. Floyd, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance by our clerk.
Would you bow your heads, please? Almighty God, we thank you for the many blessings that you have bestowed upon us. We ask that you be with our many citizens, some of whom are in ill health, some of whom have serious financial issues, some of whom are doing quite well right now, especially with this warmer weather. We ask that you be with us as we make decisions tonight for the city of Newark. We ask this in your name. Amen.
Amen.
I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I'll be trying out for the bass part tonight with the quartet later on, so you'll have to bear with me. Next on the agenda, we have caucus. Is there anything to discuss about the meeting this evening, Mrs. Floyd?
I'd like to make a motion to excuse Mr. Blake, Mr. Johnson, and Mr. Martin, please.
Second. Motion by Mrs. Floyd, second by Mr. Rath. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Thank you, Mrs. Floyd. Next, we have the minutes of our January 3rd, 2017 meeting. A motion to approve those?
Motion.
Motion by Mr. Rath.
Second.
Second by Mr. Frazier. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. That passes. Thank you. Next, we have appointments. Mayor Hall is appointing Shirley Stair and Julie Barrett to the Licking County Transit Board. Julie's position will be an alternate. The 3-year term begins immediately and will expire December 19th, 2019. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. That passes. Thank you. We have 3 reports of standing committees this evening, one for finance, one for service, and one for personnel. Without objection, those will be received and filed. We have 2 letters this evening from reports from city officials, or 2 reports, one from our auditor, Stephen Johnson, the operating report for the period ending December 31st, 2016, and our income tax administrator, Barb Jobs, the income tax revenue report for the period ending December 31st, 2016. Without objection, those will be received and filed. Next on the communications, we have 2 this evening. One from the Ohio Division of Liquor Control, a request for a new liquor license at MK of America at 814 Mount Vernon Road, and the Park National Bank, their annual statement on the Cedar Hill Cemetery Trust. Without objection, those will also be received and filed. Next on the agenda this evening, we have comments from citizens. There are 2 places for comments from citizens. One is now and one is after the legislation. This is not a debate with council. This is just your opportunity to be heard. Do we have anyone that would like to speak this first section? Okay. We'll go on to ordinances on the first reading, 17-01.
Ordinance 17-01 by Mrs. Floyd, Mr. Cost, Mr. Rath, Mr. Frazier, an ordinance amending the position classification, pay range, and department authorization tables of the Department of Safety, Division of Police by creating the classification of Deputy Police Chief and setting the compensation therefor and abolishing 3 captains' positions.
17-01 will be held for a second reading. Next we'll go to resolutions on the first reading. 17-01 resolution.
Resolution 17-01 by Mrs. Floyd, Mr. Cost, Mr. Rath, a resolution appropriating monies for the current expenses of the municipal corporation.
17-01 will be held for a second reading. Next we have 17-02.
Mr. President, do we need to waive the 2-day reading rule at 17?
I believe Mr. Sassett has talked about not doing that, considering that has to do with the personnel thing that's not passed yet.
Okay, very good. That's
okay.
Yep. Gotcha.
1702.
Resolution 17-02 by Mr. Rath, Mr. Cost, and Mrs. Floyd, a resolution authorizing and directing the Director of Public Service of the City of Newark, Ohio, to advertise for bids and enter into a contract for remittance of funds for the city-owned property to others to use for agricultural purposes.
And 17-02 will be held for 2 weeks for a second reading. Actually, every 2 weeks. And that concludes the legislation this evening. Next, we have our second opportunity for comments from citizens. Do we have anyone who would like to speak? Ma'am, if you'll just come up and give us your name and address for the record.
My name is Kay Kittle. I reside at 48 North 21st Street, Newark.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry to say, I'm here to complain.
Okay.
But we own yesterday's pub at the corner of 6th and Wilson Street. And I've been here before complaining about the same situation. The lot directly across from our business looks like a city dump. I have talked to 2 council people, which neither are here tonight, and nothing's been done. I think Joe Paul might be aware of the situation, I'm not sure. The first 2 houses north on the west side of the street, the one is empty, I think, and the next one has enough furniture and appliances to probably, I don't know, maybe a 15-room apartment or house. I mean, it's just ridiculous. It's hard enough to run a small business, and we've been there 37 years, and if it wasn't for putting our grandson through college, I'd close the doors tomorrow. And you'd be out city taxes and payroll taxes and lots of other taxes. And I can't understand that somebody, somewhere, can't do something. Does anybody have an option for me who I could talk to?
Just for clarification, are you talking about the empty lot right across the street? Are you talking about the empty lot right across the street from your...
That's the one that has enough mattresses for at least 6 houses. I've had complaints. I have 2 tenants, and both of them have come to me to complain about the situation. The one girl works really, really hard, and she's a nice girl. And the other couple that live on the north side, on our side of the street, they're a nice family. But they said they know where they came from, but they won't come down and say anything.
Well, the safety director is here, so we'll ask him to take a note of that and maybe take a look and see if he could help us out.
I'll appreciate that.
Thank you.
And again, I'm sorry. I'd like to come and say, hey, you guys really are trying. But while I'm here, I think Carol might be in the area of North 11th Street.
Part of it.
Okay, I have a younger sister who is my ward. She is mentally challenged, and she goes to Heritage Hall where she gets her medication 4 days a week. The other 3 days, I take her medication to her. But pulling into that alley off of Western, there's a hole big enough that if I haven't ruined a tire yet, it ain't going to be long.
Oh, okay.
It's really a big, deep, deep hole right on the corner.
I'll talk to you about that.
That's all my complaints for today.
All right, thank you. Anyone else? And we'll move on to miscellaneous. Honorable Law Director.
Thank you, Mr. President. I'll pass.
Mayor Hall.
I will pass, thank you.
Anyone from City Administration? Mr. Cost. Mrs. Floyd.
Want to call a finance committee meeting for 2 weeks from now.
30th.
30th, yeah. But I also want to mention, it's really nice to have Mount Vernon Road open again. They are now starting yesterday. There were trucks in front of my house, and they were moving barrels because they're starting to put in decorative lighting in that section of Mount Vernon Road that will be like the lighting that's on Hudson Avenue. So it will be a very nice entrance into downtown from St. Clair down across the bridge. So that'll be very nice. And with that, I pass. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Floyd. Mr. Frazier.
Mr. Ellington, what a wonderful voice you have today. So I'm going to start by calling a safety committee meeting for the 30th. I just wanted to mention that the HHCA had their chicken noodle dinner this weekend. It was very successful. So excited to see the plans that the HHCA has for the next year. I also want to congratulate the Newark basketball team on being ranked 2nd in the state, which is a very big deal, and excited for them to win state this year. that, I'll pass.
Thank you, Mr. Frazier. Ms. Hall?
Thank you, I'll pass.
Mr. Rath?
Call, call a service committee meeting, and I'll pass.
Mr. Roletta?
Thank you, Mr. President. I'll pass.
Mr. Roletta, and Mr. Bud?
I'll pass, thank you.
Okay, I guess we'll just have a couple of housekeeping things. Our next committee meeting will not be the 23rd. It's a 5-Monday month. It will be Monday the 30th here at 5:30. And our next full council meeting will be Monday, February 6th. We have a motion to adjourn?
Motion.
Motion by Mr. Rath, second by Mr. Cost. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
We're adjourned.